Alright. I know you're seething with rage at the fact some Republicans saw all that insurrection evidence and footage and were like, not enough to convict. Yep, former President Donald Trump was acquitted on Saturday after being accused of inciting an insurrection at the Capitol on January 6th. But sparing you all the details and attempting to hopefully turn your day around, I'm gonna cue that newly drawn intro and do my thing. Ayo, and welcome to another episode of the Drew's Broadcast, the most unruffled show on the internet, bringing you dining, robotics, entertainment world, and sports news, all within the time it takes to fall asleep while reading. Strange how I can read social media posts unfazed though. Life's questions aside, let's get straight into dining news. In dining news, it's Valentine's Day, so let's head to the heart of every relationship and talk about some food, specifically what you can order in order to dazzle that special someone. And just to be clear, I have no affiliation with any of these businesses. I just looked at them and said, Wendy would love this. Speaking of dazzling that special someone, you know what never fails us every year? A heart-shaped taco platter from Ladio's Meat Market. And y'all, when I tell you that these tacos are something to behold, there's something to behold and beyond. And for the price you pay, you're getting some of the best tacos you can get. Plus, you get all the fixings like salsa, chips, and some radish tulips. Seriously, go check these guys out before their line starts wrapping outside the door. But for those of you who want to be basic and be like, I ordered you a heart-shaped pizza to show you my love. I mean, there's a plethora of places offering that melty and cheesy goodness, but hey, don't let me stand in the way of what makes y'all happy. And for those of you who just want to get straight into dessert, might I suggest some Only Girl in the World by Rihanna, some Let's Get It On by Marvin Gaye, and some lights to make your room change color, like your dorm in college. Or just a freaking dozen heart-shaped donuts from Krispy Kreme, since when is it never not a good time to get donuts? And it'll be a better idea, in case y'all don't feel like exercising together. In robotics and tech news, while I was going to talk about bigger topics like how blind people have been navigating the pandemic and how remote learning is having more problems, instead I thought I'd answer your weird recurring thoughts. And if you've ever wondered if surgeons play some kind of surgeon simulator in order to keep their game up, then you may be surprised, or unmoved, to find out that yes, indeed they do. Moreover, according to Business Insider, there's apparently been numerous startup companies created and implemented in hospitals throughout the US that help surgeons to, quote, work and train from home using technology for virtual and augmented reality. One company in particular, Immersive Touch, come on, it's Valentine's Day, a Chicago-based company, is said to use Oculus headsets and 3D scans to help surgeons practice procedures at home and not on live people. I mean, I guess doing your virtual doctor's homework or virtual practice, however you want to define it, is better and may put some patients' minds at ease. Because, I mean, seriously, would you want to be the first patient underneath the scalpel of the guy who has the highest score in the hernia removal level? Or you want to be the patient for the guy who's never had his first surgery? Suddenly playing video games for a living doesn't sound like such a bad career path, huh, Mom? Surgeons are doing it. In entertainment news, let's drop the business and head to Insider for this segment as they report Dave Chappelle gave Netflix his blessing and greenlit the way for them to put his show, Chappelle's Show, back on their platform. And if you're like, Andrew, why was this even a problem? I refer you to my previous episodes of the show, back when it was DNL, and when I had the poorly drawn intro. But glossing over his whole getting stabbed in the back over his projects by Viacom and his brotherhood bond with Netflix, Chappelle addressed the issue on a brand new special called Redemption Song, to where he thanked his fans for coming through on his previous request to boycott the show, making it, quote, worthless, he says, because without your eyes, it's nothing. Insider and his special sums up Chappelle's story so nicely with an amazing ending saying that his boycott resulted in Viacom giving him his name, license, and show back with an additional new deal worth millions of dollars. Chappelle is about to get a couple more millions of dollars, or however much a stream is on Netflix, because you can start binge watching Chappelle's Show as of Friday. Despite Netflix only having 2 seasons worth of content, I'm sure the seasons will come trickling in as soon as possible. Plus they have a ton of other content. I'm sure you'll find something to watch in the meantime. In world news, we're heading to Yemen this week, where it was reported by US News and World Report that the country's Houthi rebels claimed responsibility for an attack on an airport in Saudi Arabia, which is said to have damaged a civilian plane. According to the Sunday Times, the attack is said to have been carried out by 4 unmanned aerial vehicles, UAVs, having been unleashed on the tarmac by rebels on Wednesday. The US News and World Report said photographs from the aircraft's damages alleged one of the drones punched a hole through its fuselage, leaving scorch marks on the metal. Though no one was hurt in the assault, the actions from the rebels are said can possibly lead to worsening tensions in the region or to escalating the war they've been engaging the government in for nearly 6 years now. Now, in a previous episode, I covered the Houthi movement being dubbed a terrorist organization by the Trump administration and how that decision would affect aid in the region, with multiple people saying the decision overall was just a bad idea. And now that last Thursday, according to the Sunday Times, President Biden, quote, said he was reversing his predecessor's designation of the Houthis as a terrorist organization, and that he also said he planned to end U.S. support for Saudi offensive operations in Yemen, although assistance for Saudi self-defense would continue. Alright, y'all, what do you think the US should do regarding this movement, and should they stay involved in or out of the region's business? Wrapping up with sports news, I know it's weird living in a reality where Tom Brady, the living embodiment of the word boring, has 7 Super Bowl rings. But hey, one thing's consistent in all realities though, and that's that you're probably stuck at home right now wondering what the do with yourself now that there's no NFL action to watch. I mean, I can only produce so much content, but like, have you watched all the episodes of the Judas broadcast? Or heard all my SoundCloud episodes? Selfless self-plugs aside, if there's other sports you're looking to get into now that football's over, might I suggest the humble and original sport of football, soccer. And if you're going, Andrew, that sport's all for sissies, they just flop over all the time. Yes, but this Premier League season has been insanely great to watch, with my Manchester City leading the top of the table, and with Liverpool losing their bearings each and every single week. But if you're still not convinced the tactical masterclass that is soccer is the sport for you, post-NFL slump, then I suggest to you hockey, my good sir. Hockey because not only is it a good waste of like 2 hours, but because you get absolutely all the sports mixed into one. You have the physicality of football mixed in with the same tactics as basketball, with the same goal in mind as soccer, trying to get a puck into the back of the net. It's seriously just a thrill to watch, and plus, you get to watch people beat the shit out of each other, which is what we don't condone here on the Juice broadcast. As always, thank you so much for making it to the end of the video. I've been your host, Andrew Alonso. If you enjoyed this ancient cave drawing of a post, be sure to leave a like on the video, subscribe if you're new to the channel, and hit the bell icon so that way you never miss an upload. 2 episodes of the Juice broadcast podcast are coming to my SoundCloud this week after last week's debacle, so be sure to follow me there to make sure you listen to them. Oh, and also follow me on Twitter, Andrews News Live, so that way you get notified of all things Andrews Newsy, because it's my name. Whatever, you know why the show's called this. Plus it rhymes. Alrighty folks, that's all I got for today's episode. I have to stuff my face for the last time this week as Lent starts on Wednesday, so I'll see y'all next time.